Welcome back to Cemetery Explorations. Today's exploring brings us to Reddick, Florida, just a little bit south of Gainesville. And if you know much about Gainesville, you'll know that it was the home, the birthplace of a legendary musician. Can you guess who that was? If you weren't sure, it's Tom Petty. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Now, Tom Petty was cremated. There is no grave for him, but there are grave sites of some of his family members in this area. Now, this is a very small cemetery, very beautiful. If you take a look at this, some of these trees, pretty breathtaking. Now, Tom Petty's father served in the war. He's buried not too far away from here. We'll cover him in another video. But here is Tom Petty's grandfather, just over here. Now, his name was William Petty. It was his paternal grandfather. There's not a lot of information on him in terms of what he did, but the obituaries online basically told a story of a family man. He had 4 sons, he had 2 daughters, he had 3 stepchildren. He was married twice. His first wife, Mary Jane, she passed away during childbirth back in 1918, very young. He remarried. I believe her name was Sally. But get this, he had 87 grandchildren. 87 grandchildren. Think about that. Now, if you had to buy Christmas and birthday gifts for 87 grandchildren, you would have a birthday about one every 3 to 4 days. It's kind of random, has nothing to do with Tom Petty, but I read that as one of the facts on him, and I just thought, wow, that is just incredible. William Cuyler Petty. Cuyler was his middle name. Not a lot of other information on him. But like I said, we will visit the final resting place of Tom Petty's, his parents also. Not in this video, but in a future video. We are in the Gainesville, Florida area right now, so there will be a couple other videos that we're doing here. I can't get over how beautiful some of these cemeteries are. This place is in the middle of nowhere. Just beautiful, though. These are the types of cemeteries that are interesting to explore. Now, William is the only notable name here, or the only name that rang a bell when I was doing some research here. But that doesn't mean that there weren't interesting people here, that there weren't people that lived full lives. You know, not everything on this channel is covered as famous graves, celebrity graves. We celebrate everybody here. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful cemetery. We'll walk around just a little bit here. These ones with the concrete slabs always intrigue me a little bit. This is the Gibson family plot. This would not be a bad place to be laid to rest. I'm quite sure there's probably a good amount of wildlife in here. Walter G. and Elizabeth Gibson. Walter, born in 1869. Back when life was pretty different. No internet, no cell phones, no YouTube. No TV, no radio. Would have been an interesting way to live. People would wake up, read the paper, and work in the fields. That is beautiful. I always love these tree trunk ones. Woodman of the World. Ashley Young, May 4th, 1875 to October 30th, 1918. Gone but not forgotten. There's a Confederate soldier. This one is really hard to read. It's like Sergeant Alexander Young, Confederate States of America. These trees in here are just incredible. But there's something interesting about just taking in the history of a cemetery. This one here is kind of hugging the tree. B.S. Jennings. This one they carved by hand. Hopefully you can see that. Here's this dog. William Thomas Dean, 1937 to 2008. Devoted son, beloved father. Looks like he served in the United States Marine Corps. Just a beautiful place. These Florida cemeteries are really pretty unmatched. It's very peaceful out here. This one has a little bulldog. James Robert Green, U.S. Air Force, served in Korea, 1934 to 1999. Sometimes I would really like to come out and clean some of these headstones. You know that to do that you probably would need permission from the cemeteries. But so many of these could use a little bit of upkeep, a little bit of cleaning, restoration work. You know, everybody deserves to have nice stones, well-kept graves. But I would be just as happy just being underneath this tree. Hopefully the camera does that justice. It's just beautiful. But I hope maybe you got a kick out of seeing the grave of Tom Petty's grandfather. It's too bad we can't show you Tom Petty himself. But if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like the video if you did like it. If you didn't like it, well, just go about your day, I suppose. But, oh, this is a pretty bird here. Zoom in, let you see that. He took off. He's behind this first, there he goes. It's pretty. But we're signing off from Reddick, Florida. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good weekend, everybody.